Hey there everyone, it's Joe from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, selling you the best bullion bars and coins shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia. This is your precious metals price analysis where we take a look at the big four: gold, silver, platinum and palladium. Head over to youtube.com/bullionnow. Nearly 17,000 subscribers. Welcome to all the newbies that have come on board in the last, I think it's been about 5 weeks since our last analysis. Things have been crazy here in the store. We've had Diwali, we've had lots of other really just busy times recently, so that's why I haven't done an analysis for a while. My apologies. I've seen a bit of interesting price movement, so let's take a look at that now. Let's take a look at gold. You're looking at it on the weekly time frame, and we are using the tradingview.com website. Let's go straight into, actually what I'll do is I will show you the lines, all the lines. Now we were actually, and I'll pop this into the daily time frame, we were, last time it was around about October the 20 something roughly, is around about this kind of level here, around about the kind of 1770, 1780 kind of level, and what do you know, we're right back there again. What happened, we had this beautiful move all the way up past, and I've been talking about this long-term downtrend line from the high back in August of 2020. This downtrend line, I said we need to break above and have a test of, and then, you know, if that test holds, then we were on our merry way. We broke above, beautiful little movement there, all the way up to about 1880, and we went for the retest, but unfortunately it was a failed move. And now what they say is what they say, whoever they are, but they say oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. So that's what we've had. We've had a failed move to break higher, and we've had a fast move in the opposite direction all the way back down to 1880. Now, that doesn't tell me that we're heading for much lower prices. It doesn't tell me that we're in a gold bear market or anything like that. It just tells me it looks like we're testing the waters still. In order for me to be confident that we are not seeing further prices down, I just want to stay above this line in the sand right here. I've shown it many times before, $1,760. That's still in a level of support for me. If we break down through there, then we're looking at the two levels I've shown very many times before of about 1720 and 1675. Breaking this huge line of the sand of 1675, then we're looking at 1615 roughly, and the really ultra line in the stand of 1555. But we're not there yet, and I'm not saying we're absolutely going there. We're in a trading range. Again, a failed move, so a fast move down to the downside, but we haven't gone all the way down to say, uh-oh, holy smokes, we're done for. Okay, so in a bit of just a trading range at the moment in gold. So not going to say on the short-term time frame that we're definitely heading higher, you know, this week coming, next week and the week after, etc. But let's take a quick bit of a macro look. Let's go on the monthly, and I'll get rid of all these lines so you can see it a little bit clearer. I mean, take a look at that. This is gold going back quite a lot of time, all the way back to what, the 1830s roughly. That's sort of extrapolated data as far as I understand it to be. But look at this. I mean, you had this peak here, 74, 75. You had the big peak in 1980, the other recent peak in 2011, a tiny little bit of a peak in September last year, roughly, and look, a little blip. It seems like a little blip here, and is this the cup, and is this the handle? So I am bullish on gold still in the longer term. Again, this is the monthly time frame, so we're talking months and months. We're talking out to, you know, your 2024 and beyond. So I am bullish on the precious metals. Take a look at that chart. There's nothing in this chart on the monthly time frame that says we are just, and we're heading down, down. So that's on the sort of macro view, but on the very medium term view, yeah, look, it could possibly have a little bit more of a dip, but I'm not going to say that with any definitive definitiveness. That's the word I'm looking for. But we do need to stay above this line here, in my humble opinion, of around about $1,760, give or take. I would even hazard to say, even if we broke down to this 1720 level, I'd still be okay. It's this big one right here of this 1680 level that we really need to keep as support. So trading range for the moment in gold. Let's take a look at our very good friend silver. We love it. Similar thing in the last few weeks. We were hovering around about here, your sort of 22 something level, and a big move all the way up to $25.30. Unfortunately, it was a failed move to break above the huge 26 level, which has been a very significant level in the past. As you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth time or sixth time was not a charm, and then we had break through there. So it's a big level of support at, or a big level of support and resistance at 26. Failed to break through there, so a fast move to the downside. We are in a similar position to gold. We want to see it stay above, and I'm going to say, if I had to put another little line in here, where would I do it? As you know, I do these all on the fly pretty much. When I hit the record button, I'm looking at it for the first time in a number of weeks because it's just been so busy. I would suggest around about here, roughly. So around about, there you go, $22. For me, if we break down through $22, then I'd say that this level here of $21.40 is probably going to be taken out, and then we'd be on our way down to this next support level of $19.60 roughly. If that fails to act as support, then we're heading down to our next level around about $16.20. But again, let's have a look at the longer term time frame from the weekly to the monthly, and you can see as well, very similar thing to gold. We've had what this goes back to again. That only goes back to about 05. Oh, sorry, not 05. Where are we? Right. No, this goes back to the 1800s right there, and you can see a very clear uptrend. Even if I was to draw that in, let's have a look. That's a very sort of rough kind of thing right here. Yeah, something like that. I mean, you can see it's very much in an uptrend over the a very long period of time. We had that $50 in 1980, again $50 in 2011. Is this the cup that's forming? Sorry, that's the cup. Is this the handle that's forming? Was that the bottom of the handle in January, March last year? We know what happened in March of 2020, of course, that quick little dip down there to $11 something. Is that the cup? Is this the handle? And are we continuing up? Look, if we're basing it on the long-term trend line, then yes, we would be continuing up. That may happen over a good number of years, or it may happen really quickly. But on the monthly time frame, as you can see, each candle is 1 month. It is certainly not out of the realm of possibility that we see much higher prices in silver. And that's why you're in silver. That's why we are a bullion business, because we're very bullish on gold and silver in the longer term. So don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat these little ones, these little movements, these weekly and even monthly movements, unless you're looking for a good entry point. Now, if you're looking for a good entry point, those are the ones that I mentioned right here. You'll be looking at $19.60 if we fail to break down through $22, so $19.60. Again, this is all in US dollar terms, so bear that in mind. And another good entry point would be at $16.20. But I would suggest if it comes down to $19.60, that would be a nice little time to just to suck it all up as much as you can, as much as you can afford. So that is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum currently hovering at $945, and we've had nope, that's on the monthly. So let's take a look on the daily. Come on, Slowpoke. There we go. So on the daily, around about your October level is where we left off, and I'll put that on auto. Round about here last time, around about your $1,000. So we did break above again this downtrend line right here, which I've had in previously. We hit $1,100, and it was a failed move to break higher, so we had a fast move in the opposite direction. Currently about $945. It is it's looking like it may want to see slightly lower prices. If I was going to hazard a guess of where we may see a lower price, I would be putting it around about $850 in my humble opinion. Let's do a horizontal line, lining it up around about there-ish. Yeah, around about 850 is where I could see it dip to, if that is indeed the last dip that we have before we head higher. But you can also pause this video to see my next targets moving lower if we do indeed move lower, and you can also pause it and look at the targets moving higher, our areas of resistance which we need to really break through in order to say, oh yeah, onwards and upwards for the rest of well, the next coming years. So again, holding pattern for platinum. I could see it moving down a little bit further though, to kind of go between 850 to 790. Now breaking through 790, it's a big line in the sand right there, 790, that's when I would suggest we'd be heading down to this next little bracket of between 650 and 600 roughly. So need to consolidate within this area and then slowly work our way back up over the weeks and months. That is platinum. Now, Michael is actually very bullish on platinum. I'm bullish on platinum as well in the longer term. And what we'll get Michael to do, I don't think we have done it yet, but we'll do a very specific video on platinum and why Michael is very bullish on it in the longer term and also in the medium term. We've sort of touched upon it in various videos, but I'll make that a priority actually for Michael to do a why platinum's really awesome right now, something like that. So that is platinum. Let's take a lastly, let's take a look at Palladium. Dang Palladium. Let's see, 26th of April, or around about April, we had that move which looked like it was going to create a new, or did create a new all-time high and possibly, you know, go even higher, but no, that was definitely a failed move. We've seen a fast move down in the last number of weeks. Last time, that's right. So in my previous video, I had talked about we'd come down to this level here. And this level was already previously drawn in, this horizontal line that was around about your 1860 level. And I was suggesting, seeing as though we had a number of weeks of red candles, that we might see a green candle and we might see resistance at around about this level here, which I had drawn in. And then we did see resistance at this level. Since then, it made a break for it. So it came back down to 1960. It made a run for this level again, around about 2180 US dollars, and it was a failed move. So again, oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. Now interestingly, it has found support at, so far, this Fibonacci level, which I've had drawn in for many months. So let's go back to the monthly, and this is going back all the way from the high of $1,100, $1,110 back in 2001, and the low of $150. So that's look, it just could be very much a coincidence, but we just seem to have found support there so far. I would suggest with Palladium that if we are going to see slightly higher prices in December, and it's now December the 1st here in Australia, you're going to find it will probably come up to around about your 1856, 1860 level, and possibly see a little bit of resistance here at 1860. And that's where we need to break through. As you can see, it was two levels of support in both November and in October and September. Broke through in November, found support right here. It's going to find resistance around about here at your 1860 level. If we break through, then we're onwards and upwards to the next level, which is around about your $2,045 level, and you've got my targets moving higher as well. Breaking down, you're going to have a significant level of support here at $1,620 for Palladium, and I have yet to do an area of support below there, but we're so close to it now. Let me just see if I can find it. We are here on the monthly time frame. I think the obvious one, actually no, what I'll do your job correctly, Joe. Let's find it on the weekly time frame. Let's see. I just put that in by accident, didn't I? Did I just put that in by accident and then that's probably where I'm going to put it? That's pretty funny. Let's see. Significant areas of support and resistance. No, I wouldn't say it was there. I wouldn't say it was there. You could call it there. Can you see how it comes through that level right there and that level right there? So you could call it 1385. You could also call it that 1326 level. I'm going to call it at, I'm going to put 2 levels in. So obviously that level right there, that's pretty easy to see at around about $1,270. And I'm also going to put it here as well. So these 2 levels of support if we break down through here. And also, sorry, I should have that as an area of support as well because it was a big spike down. So breaking through 1620 roughly, you'd be looking at $1,500. Breaking through there, 1380, breaking through there, 1280. But will we get there? I don't know. Again, I don't know as much in terms of the fundamentals of palladium as I do, say, gold and silver, even platinum these days, learning a lot that I have from Michael when we've been having our private chats about it. And again, I will get him to do a very specific video on platinum for you. But those are the levels. I'll just leave it at that. No soothsaying, no fortune telling from me in terms of the palladium price. But you've got targets moving lower and targets moving higher. And one day, if we break above this high, this is going to be the next level of resistance. Where it happens, I don't know, whether it's going to happen within the next couple of years or further on down the track, but it will be a level of resistance, in my humble opinion, of around about $4,200 to $5,000. But a little bit of a way off at the moment. Let's just see what happens with the prices in the next few weeks and months. Okay, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Head over to bullionnow.com.au. You know what to do. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. You get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do, and you get to see awesome videos like this one here, the Movember Epic Auction. Click on this right now. Watch it. The auction is still available for bidding as part of the YouTube page. So watch the YouTube video, read the pinned comment, and you'll see how to place an auction. It's around about, I think it's $1,150 right now for a 12-gram platinum mustache, as you can see right there, that Michael is holding up to his real mustache that he's been growing since the start of November for Movember, for men's health related issues. It's a really good cause, so watch that video and do place a bid. All right, now I'm going. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Take care, and we'll speak to you soon.